Okay, hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to Between Two Ewers. Today we have Lily Lund coming from us from
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yes, and you know that's something I got to remember is the time change.
Yeah.
It's like the third time
Yeah.
that's happened.
But that's me. Like whenever I do a sale update, I'm always like, "Oh, it's at this time," and everyone's like, "What time zone?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, duh. Everyone's
Yeah,
different these days."
I think this app, like when I set the time, I set it for Eastern Standard Time, but now I'm just gonna know going forward. Hey, don't forget it's Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, I should have asked, but all of a sudden you were like, "I'm ready to go." I'm like, "Oh, it's 2."
Whoopsie. Yeah, I had Kevin Kowalski on last year, and he's in LA. So I was like, texting him, like, dude, where are you at? He's like, I'm at work.
I know when you were like, "Hey," I'm like, "I have nothing. I'm like doing office work right now."
Yeah, it's like my bad. So we'll get there. So how you doing? How's life?
Life is good. Summer's over, holiday season starts, so it's kind of like a little insane. I have a lot of deadlines that I need to hit and all of that, so just trying to swim, not sink this year.
Right. Yeah, sinking
Yeah.
is not fun. I was just
Yeah.
talking, actually, you said you just watched the one with Autumn McKay. I was talking to her about
Hmm.
that the other day. You know, it's really great to be in these shows and be invited to these great shows. You know, people go, hey, do you want to be in this? I go, yeah. And then I go, oh shit, I got to make pots for that. I can't just show
That's
up.
me. I'm always like, oh yeah, I'd love to do that. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh no, I just promised you 8 pots, and
Yeah.
that's a lot of pots for me.
Yeah, and like when you promising pots to people, like they got to be good pots, you know?
Yeah, they can't be anything bad.
Like,
You
here,
don't want
take
to like
this.
ship bad.
Yeah, yeah. Here, this is all I got.
Here's all my seconds. Enjoy.
I think I said it to Autumn too. John Gill once said to me, he said, "Don't make pots for a show, choose pots for a show," which is like, oh, that's cool
That's
because
pretty
then it just
smart.
frees you up. You just make whatever you want.
Yeah. I always make pots for a show, but maybe I should be like making batches and being like, oh, these are for the show type of thing. But
Yeah,
ah,
I got the Flower City Pottery Invitational this weekend. I'm so stoked
that's
about
so
that,
exciting.
dude. It's like it's mind blowing to be in it for me, but
That's super cool, actually. That's like a bucket list thing for me. Whenever I like see someone do, I'm like, oh, you're doing a bucket list thing, and that's super cool. That means I think what Sarah Anderson's gonna be there,
Sarah's
which
in
is
it.
super exciting.
She's a
So
blast. I love talking to
I
her.
love
She's supposed to be
Sarah.
on the show in November also.
Okay, yeah.
Sam Briegel, she was on the show. She's going to be there. Wes Brown, I think he's going to be there.
There's so many great names. Like and I've always just wanted to go see it. Also, like
Yeah,
there's just like something about viewing everyone's pots and like being in that and not having to like be the one selling or like.
yeah. There's a couple of cool things. That, well, 20 years ago or 15, 18 years ago, I would go to that show and be like, oh
Yeah.
my God, these people are gods, you know?
Yep.
So to be in it is kind of like my pottery life coming full circle, which is really cool to
We
me.
love that.
It's just so cool. And what they do also is like you give them an inventory list and you price your pots, and then people want to buy one, you just go here, take it, and they take it to people up front and they pack it and charge it.
That's literally the best thing. Like, I've done the Ensika pop-ups, and I don't really do, like, markets or anything, because I just can't take, like, some commentary from people. I'm like, oh man, like, this just does not make any money worth it at this point.
Yeah,
But I have always wanted, I mean, I've been in, like, some shows at Northern Clay Center where, like, I've been there, and they're selling my pots, but never like a show like that. And so it just like sounds so
yeah.
intriguing.
Actually, I think last time I saw you was at Pot Stars in Richmond, Virginia.
Yes,
And I was like,
probably.
"Hi, Lily!" As I got pushed through the crowd.
That's how I felt up like the whole night there. Everyone was just like, "Oh, there's Lily. Say hi really quick." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "I'm gonna see you people."
Yeah, you were like, peace, I'll catch you later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone. I said that to everyone. I was like, "I don't have time to talk right now.
Oh my
I'm
God.
so sorry."
And I love the pop-ups. They're so fun, but good
I
Lord.
love, yes.
I mean, I tried to walk through because I want to see the people's setups and I want to say hi to, I know them all, I want to say hi, and you just can't.
Oh no. And I'm in a few pop-ups, so like you miss out on that whole array of people the
Yep.
same night that you're in one, and you're just like, dang, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But
There
next
was
time.
one in what was the last one? Was the last one Richmond last year?
It was in Salt Lake City.
Oh,
The
yeah.
last,
So two
yeah.
years ago, I guess, was Richmond. And I went to, I'm in my 50s and I don't drink. So by
Yep.
9:30, I'm going to bed.
Oh, that's me too, though.
Good for you.
I'm gonna be 30 and I'm just like, no, I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
have no partying left inside of me anymore.
Yeah, no, I did it all. Yeah, I'm good. And sleeping is the best thing ever, so just saying.
Well, and I'm always so exhausted by like 8 p.m. I'm like, oh no, I won't be out at the bars or saying hi to anyone if they
Yeah,
want to see me in the morning.
but like I pulled myself up and by my bootstraps in Richmond, and I'm like, I gotta go to one of these pop-ups, and I got in the car and I drove all the way to the other side of
Heck
town
yeah.
to that one, and there was standing room only in the parking lot. Like
Jesus.
there was a line of people. I said, nope. I pulled in and pulled right back out.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's crazy, and they're fun. I think actually the pop-ups are making Ensika more fun because it's all out in town.
Well, that, and I think it's just like something really fun to experience at night. Like, there's nothing other than, like, I guess going to eat and drinking if you would like to
Yeah,
do at night because all the galleries close and everything else is like closed. So it's just like fun to go see a whole bunch of pots still. You like get a 24-hour thing of pots, not really 24 hours, but it feels like
yeah,
it.
pretty close. But
Yeah.
you're gonna be there at Pot Stars again in Detroit.
Yes, which
How
is
far is
super
Detroit from
exciting.
you? That's pretty close.
It's pretty close. I think from my house, it's like 10 hours or something. It's
Oh,
not horrible.
I'm closer than you are. No,
Lucky you. No, yeah, I just had Meg Callie text me and she's like, I'm only like an hour from Detroit. And I was
text her
like,
back.
oh,
Text her
cool.
back and tell her I said what's up.
Okay, I will.
Um, I was just texting the guy that owns Bailey. Bailey Kilns and Bailey Wheels.
Yep.
A friend of mine is the kiln builder for Bailey.
Oh,
He's the guy
cool.
that designs the kilns. And he's like, he called me the other day. He says, I am sick of standing there. I've been standing there for 25 years. He goes,
Yeah.
he's trying to get them to do like demos. So he threw my name out to Jim Bailey. And he said, you should have Mike come do some throwing and hand building. So I might go do a demo for them. We'll find out.
That's like also one of my bucket list things. Like doing a demo in like the little exhibit area in Sika just
Yeah,
sounds like so much fun.
it is fun.
Just to like work with a company and
I did
yeah,
one for Aramont. Um,
exciting.
is that in Richmond? Yeah, that was fun. It was just hand building. And, I'm just sitting there hand building and talking to a bunch of people. And Sam Chumley came over and he goes, you can stop now. I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, how
You
long
don't
am
have
I
to
been
make
here?
anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. You told me to sit here and make stuff. I'm sitting here making stuff.
That would be me. I'd be like, I can do this all day.
Yeah, I can talk
Let
to
me crank
people.
out some work really quick.
Right? Yeah. Look what I got.
Oh my gosh, that is so old.
That is old school, isn't it?
That is so old school. I love that though.
I think you
It's
and I
gotta
swapped
be.
blogs like 5 years ago.
I was gonna say it's gotta be like 2020 or 2021.
Yeah.
It looks like 2020 though.
I
Still like
love your stuff.
more muted colors.
Yeah, they're not so bright as you are now.
Yeah.
I just love your stuff. You're making, what are you making, earrings right now?
Yeah, I'm filling in all of the checkered prints on these earrings because it takes me like hours to do it. 'Cause
Yeah. Your
they're
stuff
mini.
is like, so did you have a painting background or something, or?
Not well, I mean, I painted when I was like a child, but they were like childish paintings.
Yeah.
But no, not really. I mean, I always really liked art. My mom was a glass blower growing up, so
Very
like I
cool.
was like really infused into that life of
Yeah.
hers. But no, I mean, I really liked pottery in high school, and that was like really enjoyable, but then I never really thought I was going to get into it. If anything, I have more of like a food background. Like I was going to go to culinary and pastry school out in like Miami and do that with my life, and then I kind of got like cold feet and was like, "No." So I went to a school over in Wisconsin
Yeah.
and kind of like fell in love with pottery all again over again, and my professor was like, if you're okay with being like not the richest person but you'll be happy, like you should go into pottery. And I was like, okay, cool, I will. And
Yeah.
then I just like, I don't know, I really love pottery materials. I just like all of the wide variety of materials, and I feel like that's kind of what led me to the work that I'm making.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I just like have an obsession. It's quite. I'm like looking around to like how much color is around me right now,
Yeah.
just like different materials, and I'm like, yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah. I love color too, as you know.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, I got to ship this duck tomorrow. Uh, did you see
I love ducks.
The Tony Young duck?
Oh my gosh, it's so
Isn't that
awesome.
fun?
I love.
So Tony sent me the first big duck. He does those little ducks.
Yeah,
And he said, "Dude, we got to do a collaboration." So he sold
I
it to me. I got to ship
love.
it. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I want a Tony. I have a Tony duck in my bathroom, but I want to
Dude,
collab on a Tony duck.
dude, your decoration on one of these ducks would be epic.
Yeah, I have to convince him. He's not for it, but I have to convince him to send me one in like greenware state, which would be really hard because I feel like it would actually crush it.
Yeah, actually, Autumn and I are going to try to send each other some greenware work. But
Maybe I can convince him to bring a piece to Detroit and
great.
like hand it off to me.
Speaking of busy guys, that guy's got a lot going on.
I know, Tony is so cool.
Yeah,
Don't let him he's gonna watch this. I didn't say that. You're not
Tony's
cool,
meh.
Tony.
I saw him when I saw him at the last NCCA. He's like, I'm not ditching you, man. I'm just busy. Like he had a collab of mine for like a year and a half. I'm like, dude, that's fine, whatever.
No, you're fine. Yeah, that's he. I remember the first time that I ever like talked to him back in like 2020, I would say,
Hmm.
and he was like, "We should collab one time," but I'm always so busy with collabs that you'd be like at the end of the list, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
He's always collabing with people, which I think is awesome because I feel like collabing with another artist is just like so inspiring, but at the same time, like just super fun to like mix two things together, two brains together.
Yeah,
Super
actually,
cool.
have you been in the Imposter show? The Imposter?
Yeah, like I think the first year I was in it,
I want to
I
do that.
think.
I'd love to.
Maybe the second year. I
I
don't
just
know, to be
try to
honest,
make
but I
something
was.
like somebody else's. I think that'd just be fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. I just there's like more something in my brain. Companion Gallery used to do like a show where you one artist would like send a form and then you would decorate it like you and Tony did. And I
Uh,
like the idea of like taking that other person's form and like putting my like way of painting on top of it.
yeah.
So I wish they would do that show again and then invite me.
Yeah, I love seeing them too. Like I just saw Tim Kowalski or Kowalczyk,
Yeah.
the guy who does the Fragile Cups. He just
Mhm.
did a collab with somebody, and I'm like, dude, that's an epic piece. Like they're hard to get your
Him
hands on.
is it him, Brett Kern? I think that's how you say Brett's last name.
Yeah, the guy that makes the dinosaurs.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then I want to say like Michael Spain, who they do like this huge like collaboration show that's really interesting. How they like pair each other's forms together and stuff.
He just made like some like deer hearts. Did you see those things?
I did, and I wanted to comment how realistic they were, but
They
they
looked
kind of
very
freaked me
real,
out.
didn't they? Like I was scrolling, I was like, what is that?
I know, I had to stop and pause, and then I had to see who it was, and I was like, oh, okay, like, go off.
He was on the show, season one. Like, again, he's just one of the guys I'd love to hang out with. That guy, he just seems really interesting to me. But,
I feel that.
yeah, seems like he's really cool. I've been making these ones lately. I should send you one.
These are super cool.
They're fun.
Yeah, very fun. Are you like sprigging? Doing like
Yeah.
a
So
piece of clay and
no, it's it's a there's a lady down the street from me that does like um, the the slip casting, and then you go paint it. So she has millions of these, so I just use them as press molds. Yeah.
oh, that's super cool.
So I just press a slab in there and make a mold out of it, and I love the way the black wash sits and the terracid. It's just kind of the whole thing comes alive. I'm pretty
Yeah,
excited.
it's really beautiful.
Thank you. I'm messing with
Yeah.
the clay right now too, because I get my clay from Alfred, and I've been getting my clay from Alfred for 15 years, and for some reason I might not be able to get it. I think they're low on because my red clay is made with Newman's Red, which you can't get
Oh,
anymore.
okay.
So I don't know. I went and got 4 boxes the other day. That'll get me through a little while if I do lots of reclaim.
We love reclaim.
I like reclaiming too. Do you?
I really love reclaiming. I love the process. I mean, I make my own clay bodies, so I just love the whole process of making clay.
Hmm.
So doing my reclaim is just like fun in my brain.
Yeah, I like it. It's
So
the workout. It's the only workout I do.
it is.
Yeah.
I just made 25 pounds of clay today. Well, I didn't make it. I made it yesterday. But I like wedged it all today, and I was like, oh, that was like a great workout. But now I
Yeah.
need to lift my arms for a while.
I was gonna say, do you have a pug mill? But no, we don't. No.
No, I don't. It's all just my
Dude,
muscle power at this
I wish
point.
they would make one of those things affordable.
Right.
Right? Like,
That and like a clay mixer that's like not humongous.
yeah, not, you know,
Doesn't take up too much space, but
yeah.
is industrial enough that it's not gonna blow up or anything. Like I wish
Yeah.
I wish more ceramic people thought about like more ceramic companies thought about like making home studio equipment that's
Hmm.
like workable in a home studio, and there is like a few things like there's slab rollers that are equipped for like smaller spaces
Yeah.
and everything, but then like when it comes to like certain things I'm like, ugh, that's way too big for my space.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, you maybe could make a clay mixer the size of a garbage can. You know, something
yeah,
that's,
perfect.
yeah, for
I don't need to
25, 30
make
pounds of clay.
Yeah, I don't need to make more than like 25 to 30 pounds of clay. Like, it's not that big of a deal if I have to like make more of it in my brain. Like,
Yeah.
I just would make the process for me a little bit faster and
Yeah.
less like work on my arms.
I feel like, actually, I think I mentioned this to Autumn the other day. I feel like more and more clay companies, I think, like you just said, I think they should start to really focus more on home based studios.
Yep.
I mean, more and more people are getting home kilns, like a little cone six kiln, and changing their glazes and firing methods from big cone 10 gas reduction outside, all this crap, which is fun.
Yep.
I'd love to have a big cone 10 gas kiln. Those things are 40,000
Oh,
bucks.
same. Same. But I don't have the space to do that. I live in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So, like, I would need, like, a kiln shed to
Yep.
cover it so it wouldn't get ruined. Like, yeah, like, it would be awesome, but it's like, I don't know. I always feel like things can just get a little bit smaller and still, like, have the same idea of how they work and everything. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got a few kilns in my garage, and they like take up space, but they're like the perfect size. So they like cracked that nut on the head. But
What
there's just like a few things.
what space are you in right now? Is that a shed studio or is that a garage?
This is my house. I'm just in like a spare bedroom that I like transformed into like a studio space and made it like a workable area.
Sweet.
I don't know. There's
I
nice little
put,
home
I
studio.
put a video on my Instagram a couple years ago. I made a sink. Oh, you can't really see it too much here. It's over there,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because
Yep.
I didn't want that. My old studio was up in my cabin in my backyard, and I didn't. In upstate New York, you have to run it. Water line has to be 3 feet under the ground, so it doesn't freeze. I think probably for you too.
Yeah, I think it's like farther under the ground here, or no, and maybe it is 3 feet. I don't freaking know.
3 or 4 feet. So I
Yeah,
just
I wouldn't know. But
I bought a laundry sink and one of those
Yep.
big sweater bins and a fountain pump, like for your garden. And it's just
Oh, yeah.
a circulating sink, which you can probably get from one of those bigger companies, but they're 3,000 bucks. And that thing cost me
Yeah.
$200 at the most.
Yeah, I feel like things could just be a little more affordable, or I don't know, just more towards like the home studio. And I think there are companies that are going towards that, and they're like recognizing that. It's just like not everyone's in like an industrial building, not everyone's a school, not everyone's trying to start a huge like
Yeah.
pottery shop or whatever. I don't know. I just
It's interesting. You know, I run a golf course, right?
Yep.
I've been a golf pro for 20 years, and I was talking to a guy who's a pro at a really fancy schmancy private club, and I was like, you know, all this apparel and stuff is really geared towards these high end clubs with really wealthy people when there's like 30,000 mom and pop little golf courses in the country, and those are the people that are buying your stuff. Like the people that are buying the really expensive stuff is like 2% of the golfing population.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So same thing. I mean, you got to make kilns and stuff for universities, but at the same time, there's a lot of home-based potters out there.
No, I
That
agree. And I feel like a lot of people are moving towards not paying. They're like, well, I might as well just set this up in my spare bedroom or build a home studio, because one, they don't want to pay to like have to work and pay for like a kiln, because they're just like realizing that like, oh, well, if I go buy a kiln, even if it's used or if it's brand new, like it'll pay itself off over the time.
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like I see a lot of people moving to being in home studios
Yeah.
is all. And so I'm just like, hmm.
I have. What kiln do you have? Do you have a Scott?
No, I have an old kiln. I have like a few old kilns, but I have a Cress something
Mhm.
something. It's a cone sitter, and I've had it since I graduated. My dad bought it for me, and I was like, this is great. And yeah, it's not electric. Well, it is obviously, but it's a cone sitter, and I love it. And
Yep.
I don't know, I just something about a cone sitter that's just like I know it's not gonna frick it up and like accidentally overfire. Like
Mhm.
no computer's gonna overfire it,
Yeah, yeah,
type of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So
I used to have an old L&L kiln back in the day, and it had a kiln. Remember the kiln sitters? You talk about the
mm-hmm.
thing with the little fingers and bends the kiln.
Yep, that you put it in and then you put
Yeah,
your cone in
yeah.
and it like holds it and everything. Yeah.
I was like, shouldn't you change the name of that? Because it's not really a kiln sitter. Like it says right on the side, do not leave unattended. Like,
I know, right?
right?
It's like don't leave your house, don't do this, and I'm like, okay, aye, Captain.
Yeah, yeah. I almost
But
burned my old studio down one time. Like, of course, I let it go overnight, which you're not supposed to do.
oh, I've
And
done that so many times.
I had like some bricks, some fire bricks stacked next to the kiln, and I don't know,
Yep.
got a gust of wind that blew them over. So when the kiln sitter fired off, it went click, and it hit the brick and never fully went all the way down. So I came down in the morning and I'm rinsing a cup of coffee. I look out the window and it's still glowing, and I was like, oh no! Like the shelves were melted. It was a mess.
That's
It
horrible.
was very very bad.
What a lesson to learn.
Yep. So you know what I did?
Yeah, I always make sure nothing is near my kiln. Like nothing can like mess with it. I'm like, no, nothing bad is going to
Yeah.
happen. I feel like that'd be horrible to have happen.
My kiln right now,
So
I have on those elements, I have 321 firings on just those elements.
yeah, my elements I didn't just change them. I changed them probably a year ago and they're going pretty good. I mean, if you treat your kiln right and treat all the equipment correctly, and like
Yeah.
if you have a blow up, make sure you vacuum it out type of vibe, like
Yep. Yeah.
you're
The
fine. You're
actual.
gonna get all of your use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have new elements up there, and I bought some extra relay switches just in case, it goes down. Because it's always going to go down 2 days before you have to be ready for a show.
Right? That's like
Christmas. Ooh, you know what I just
that's
realized?
how it always works.
I got to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. It's funny, I can get no phone calls for 3 days. I start a podcast, all of a sudden everybody wants to talk to me.
My
So
phone's
yeah,
always on do not disturb. Always.
isn't that funny? Like,
Never take it off.
remember you used to pay for ringtones? And now, like,
Yeah, oh my gosh, me and my partner, we were just talking about this and like laughing at the songs that we had chosen
yeah.
for ringtones and like the phones that we used to have. And I'm like, yeah, now I just have my phone always on Do Not Disturb, and I'll get back to people when I can get back to them at
Yeah.
that point.
Or you'll hear someone's phone ring and you go, "What is wrong with you?"
Like, who has a ringtone? Why do you want your phone to be loud?
What are you, 100? Like, I'm gonna grab a bottle to work. So I was making these fun bottles the other day, and they might be a little too dry. I think they might be. I was gonna put big handles on these.
Oh, that's a nice shape.
Yeah, kind of inspired by Eric Botbill, who just makes awesome stuff.
Oh.
Speaking of companion,
I love Eric's work. His
yeah,
work is
God,
beautiful.
his stuff is just mind blowing. So
He sands his work like a crazy person, which
no.
all the props to him. Like, his work is so cool.
Yeah. You see people's work that's really expensive, and then you talk to them about how they did it, and you go, "Oh, yeah, I get it." That's a lot.
Oh, I never, especially like knowing how much time goes into my work, I never question someone's prices because I'm like, okay, I believe that.
Yeah.
Because art takes time, and not only time, it takes skill. Like, you're not only like incorporating your time into that price, but you're also incorporating the skill of understanding what you're doing and perfecting it and being good at it. So
Yeah.
no, artists are so worthy of the prices they ask for. They're worthy of so much more.
Somebody said to me once, they said, just picture yourself getting $20 an hour, and how many hours do you have into that mug? I was like, wow, I need to raise my prices.
Right?
Right.
Isn't that crazy?
I'll show
I
you.
feel like that's when I started like being like, you need to have more time for yourself, Lily, because you're not really ever gonna get your worth, it feels like, unless like you become ultra famous and
Yeah.
just like hit the masses type
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah, which is
You know?
where, like, somebody in LA buys a couple sets of your earrings and a mug, and then all of a sudden everybody's got to have one. I did.
Which would be awesome.
I did the Brooklyn flea markets a long time ago. I got juried into that,
Yeah.
and I drove down there, and I grew up down there. So before I left, I took the prices off all my stuff and just doubled the price, and I sold out in a day. I had nothing left. I took 3 empty bins and went home.
That's crazy. Yeah, last year at Insika, or just like anytime I sell in person, I feel like my earrings are what like sells the fastest. But I always like drop my prices on my earrings when I'm selling in person because I don't know why. I just do.
My wife just did a show, and you get those people walk by and they look at some of her wood art, and one guy goes, "I can do that." Can you?
I hate that.
Yeah, can you?
Keep your comments to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I want to do it. Here, I'll show you a cool.
I feel like I always get my best comments at like shows, and then I also get my worst comments. Like I've had people be like, why is her art so highly priced? Like it's not worth that." And I'm like, shut up. And then I've also had people be like, "Do you throw your work?" And I'm like, "No, I hand build. I'm a slab builder." And they're like, "This is so perfectly round." I'm like, "Thank you. That means the world to me as a slab builder."
Good with the bad, yeah. Speaking of crazy work, do you know Michael Halls? Look at this.
No, I don't. Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that crazy?
It's super beautiful. Yeah.
Dude, speaking of, oh my gosh, like,
Love it.
I don't even know. He was on the show. We talked about how he does it, and I know how he does it. It still blows my mind.
I feel that always.
Oh God. So you mentioned you make your own clay. That was written on my list. You make your own clay?
I do. In undergrad, I got really into making clay bodies. And then one of my undergrad friends who had graduated had made a black clay. And I was like, oh, I really would love to make a black clay also. So I kind of took her recipe. Hers was high fire. But I took her recipe and just made it a mid-fire clay body. And I've been rocking and rolling with it since.
Nice. Yeah, no, I like that.
Pretty awesome.
I use red clay, but I use black mason stain when I make black pieces.
Yeah.
And it's
what stain do you use?
What's that?
Love stain. What mason stain do you use for your?
Which one? It's just called Best Black.
Best black.
Yeah, I get it from Amico, I think. But I just tested it on this, and it's so funny because people are like, is that black clay? And I'm like, no. They're like, and they go, yeah, it is. I'm like, no, it's not. So that's just bisque fired. So that'll get real dark. So what I'm going to do is I want to try my white glaze over it and see what it does. I'm really excited, actually. I have to switch clay bodies, which is kind of a bummer, but I kind of like this new clay, and we'll see what it does. It might be pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like it's always fun. I always switch my recipe up every 2-3 years, just to I mean, things can always be better in my opinion, but just to work with something different. I feel like
Yeah.
I'll start changing materials or something, or I don't know. Yeah.
Just to mix it up and keep it fresh.
Yeah, and then if I do any personal work for myself, I'll work in red clay or just a white clay also.
That's funny.
But
It's personal work for yourself. I always feel like as potters, we always keep the worst cup. We're like, I guess I'll use this one. You know what I mean?
no, I try not to keep any of my work. I'm like, I don't want any of this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I have so many pots of other people's that I don't really need a bunch of mine. There is a few pieces that I've been like, oh, I should have kept that, and I have big regrets. But if I'm I'll make my siblings during the holiday time. I make cookie trays, so I always make them a new tray.
Cool.
But I'm not gonna make them my super expensive black clay body. I'm gonna go buy some cheap red clay or just a white porcelain and be like, here you guys go.
Yeah.
They also don't need thousands of my work.
That's too funny. So I saw in one of your videos as I was digging through your Instagram there, you were making some furniture. Did you make it already, or is it done? Or
No,
no, didn't make it.
But I would love to. I just haven't I don't know. In the summertime, I try not to work terribly hard. I try to give myself time off because I feel like my fall all the way until the end of spring is so busy.
Yeah.
That summertime's the time to breathe.
Sure.
And so I always try to add in new forms, but this summer I don't know. I kind of just chose to breathe with everything that's happening in this world.
Right.
I just am
yeah,
I just
agree.
need to make some art and breathe some fresh air and touch some grass at this point.
Yeah, I saw. Who did I see that? that actor Ed Hardy, I think it is.
Yeah.
He had a quote on Instagram the other day, and it was he said, "There's a lot to be said for sitting home on your couch eating snacks and minding your business." You know what I mean?
Right? Facts.
Just everything's a mess. But it is what it is. That's a whole nother show.
The internet's so hard to be on nowadays, I feel like.
That's it.
I feel like I'm always being flabbergasted by someone or just seeing something that's so sickening or heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I'm just oh, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
There's no interest inside of me. And then all of that is taking over the chance to share your art with people. So that kind of sucks. Social media is a game and everyone's trying to win it, but
You
it's
can't
just
win.
why win? Why can't we all just be equal at this point?
Yeah, I wish there would
And
be.
maybe just take all of the weirdo stuff off.
Oh, I agree. I wish there would be a social media thing that was nothing but good stuff. I was scrolling the other day and it was all just bad stuff happening to people. It just gave me anxiety.
Right? And then I'm just and then you kind of feel you're not doing enough as a person.
A human.
And so then you're just I'm just sitting here painting earrings right now, talking to you, but is there other things that I could be doing that it's better for the world? And then someone told me that making art is important and putting my art out there is important, but it just it's becoming silly.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm not waking up and paying attention, but it's ugh, I am, but at the same time I gotta self-express somehow, and this is it.
Yeah, I was talking to my buddy Marshall. Actually, he was episode 1 of season 1. Good buddy of mine, about the same thing. what's the point now? And he says, you're believe it or not, you're making the world a better place just by putting your art out there.
And that's so true because like you're sharing a part of your soul that like is so important, and you're like, yeah, no, it is. It's super
Yeah.
important. I just
We're,
comes to a point that you're like, oh,
yeah. Yeah, working at the
I'm
golf course is
exhausted.
funny because people are always like, "So what do you do in the winter?" And then I tell them, and they go like, "What?" You know, they don't get it. And then I'll show them pictures of some pieces, and they go, "Oh wow!" Like yeah, no,
That was like when I met my next door neighbors. They were like, "Whoa, what do you do?" They asked my partner, and he was like, "Oh, I do this. I'm a fabricator." And they're like, "What do you do, Lily?" And I was like, "I'm a potter.
yeah,
I make pots,
yeah,
functional pottery, mugs." That's always my go-to, mugs. And
yeah,
they're like, "Oh, you make a living doing that?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
yeah,
somehow, yeah."
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Thanks.
yeah. Thanks.
So
Yeah.
thanks. It made me so awkward. I was just like, I hate answering this question.
You make so much more than mugs. Matter of fact, I have that written down. I love all the stuff you make. Like, I love that one shape. You're hooked on that. I love that shape, that little U shape. Where'd that come from?
Oh, my little bud vases.
Yeah,
Uh,
but you do in
it
the
came from
earrings too.
undergrad. Yeah, this like the little U.
Yeah, I
I
love
feel like it's like rainbows to me is like starting at one end and making it all the way through to the other end. So in my brain, like the little U shape is like just a start to a
it. Yeah,
finish.
okay.
And then it's just like carried out throughout all of my work. And like without like putting rainbows all over my work, it's like, oh, well, I still have like this because I don't know, rainbows bring me happiness and everything. So
See,
yeah, that's kind of where it came from. It started in my bud vases, and that's like where I started it. And then all of a sudden, I was like, oh, I would love to make like little earrings that kind of represent that also. So then I
yep,
started
yep.
making earrings.
No, I love the bud vases. I love the little lamp bodies. Those are really cool.
Yes.
I made a desk lamp a few years ago. It was just kind of a prototype.
Hell yeah.
So it's like I had a buddy of mine, like he bent this piece of metal. So it's just like
That's super
isn't that fun?
awesome.
So this was our first prototype. I want to make this into a big, tall, like floor lamp with like a big platter as like the shade.
Oh, I love that idea. Yeah.
Like a big tall one, but then you got like a 5 pound platter. You got to make sure the bottom's heavy enough, Or, I don't know.
Yeah, little more mechanisms.
Yeah, always trying to mix it up, which I think you do really well. I think you.
Yeah, I mean, I started making lamps in undergrad, so in like 2018, I think was when I first started making them.
Hmm.
And then I kind of like got off of them. And then recently, I've been getting into more just like table lamps. I feel like I always made hanging lamps in undergrad,
Yeah.
or just like pendant lights. But
Yeah.
yeah, I
And,
love making lamps. I think they're
yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah, they are. They're a blast, and that's what I loved about yours. Like it was just the body with the bulb on top. It was simple yet effective.
Yes, I agree.
So have you? Hold on, I'm gonna grab a ball here. Have you always been a hand builder? Did you start off throwing like most crazy people?
I did. I started off throwing like most crazy people.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know. I was okay. I mean, I can throw and like I can do all of that jazz, but it just wasn't, in my opinion, the best at it,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't really connect to my brain as much. I felt like it was a lot more work to throw than it was to hand build stuff. And then I kind of got into like slab building, and I just like fell in love with slab building.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about it, but it's just like so enjoyable for me to like. I was like such a Lincoln Long kid. And so I feel like it's building things in my brain and putting all these pieces and components that belong
Yeah.
together that it just makes my brain happy. So yeah, I mean, I can throw, but it's not my favorite thing.
That's really interesting. Sometimes I'll get an idea for a form or a shape, and I'm the same way. It's like I call it making your own puzzle. Like first you make the
Yes.
pieces, and then you got to let them dry a little bit and put them together. It's kind of fun.
Do you ever like cut out pieces of paper for like templates and stuff?
Yeah, yeah,
I do that all. I love doing that, and yeah, like you said, it's like a puzzle. I'm totally a puzzle person too. I love a good puzzle.
yeah.
But
Let me see.
yeah, there's something about just like constructing it all like that instead of like throwing. And there is something beautiful about throwing like a piece on the wheel. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
It's just that's like so seamless. Where doing slabs, it's not seamless, and I
mhm.
like all the seams. I like creating like that whole thing with the seams and
Yeah,
showing those seams is like really important in my brain.
yeah. Me
So
too. I love leaving the maker's marks on there.
me too. I feel like that always would bring me happiness when I would like touch other people's work. So then I was like, oh, I need to incorporate that in my work.
Yeah, I mean, you can literally see how handmade it was, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. I love slab building. So I was a wheel thrower because I was obsessed with the difficulty of it. Right? It's
Oh, that's understandable too.
it's hard. It's a real eye hand coordination thing.
It is
It's
hard.
probably why I love golf too. I guess I don't know, but I loved it. And once I tried it,
Probably.
I'm like, I gotta figure this out, and I'm not stopping until I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
And then one day, I remember leaning back in my chair, looking at a cylinder I just threw, and thinking, "Well, now what? Like, I there's so much more work to this besides just that, right?"
Right? I feel that. Yeah. And that it would like take me so long to just throw something because I feel like I was very meticulous about it also. Because I feel like in my brain it had to be perfect.
Yeah,
It had to be like a certain wall width and like height, and the foot had to be a certain way where like building and slabs, things don't have to be as perfect in me. Like they
yeah,
can be messy in my brain and still look really beautiful.
yeah. I love the
So I don't
imperfectness,
know, yeah.
like with your slab walls, like right there. So how you left one part of the slab higher than the
Hmm.
other. It's
Yeah, and that's like one of my favorite things to do is like to have just like different dimensions of like slab. I just like start putting them all together, and like that's one thing I don't measure is like I don't measure my slabs or my mugs. I just cut slabs. I think in my brain I know how like
yeah,
big they should be and like how small it can go,
yeah.
but other than that it's all just like random.
Intentionally
Yeah.
imperfect. I like to say,
Yes.
right?
I mean,
Which
there is a few forms of mine that are perfect and like they have to like go together in a certain way, but
you know.
rare.
I don't think people that don't do it, it's kind of like, to be able to do something intentionally imperfect, you have to be really good at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you need to have the skill level to be able to like pull it off and
Yeah.
like
Otherwise, it just
make
looks
it
imperfect.
not look, yeah, and
Yeah.
make it not look incomplete or incomplete, not on.
Yeah. I
But
always
yeah.
equate that to like this ski movie I remember watching in the 80s. And it was like this guy
Yeah.
was skiing down the hill and he was like, skiing like all over the place, like falling down. And, and I said, that's really hard to do. You know what I mean? To ski like you don't,
It is.
you know, you get like a stunt man.
To look like an idiot because I snowboard, and so like you have to put like a lot of focus into what you're doing and like how you're moving your body.
Yeah.
And so like being haphazard on something that you already need to focus so hard on, like
Yeah.
that's
It's not
crazy.
easy. Yeah. So yeah,
No.
you're a snowboarder, aren't you?
Yes, I love a good snowboard experience.
Yes. A couple of years ago,
Yes.
I got one. I got a buddy of mine used to be a snowboard instructor. I was a ski instructor, and my buddy was
Yep.
a snowboard instructor. And he said, "Dude, you're an athlete. I'll teach you how to snowboard in an hour." So I said, "All right." So I ran inside. I knew the guy that ran the rental shop, so he just gave me a board and some stuff to use for a while. And literally within an hour,
Yeah.
I was linking turns. It's really heel toe, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm like, I got this. This is fun, but I'm 50. This was like 4 or 5 years ago, right? And I call my buddy
Anyone
the
can
next.
learn how to snowboard whenever.
So I call my buddy the next
It's
day,
like
And I'm like, he's
Yep.
gonna come down here. I'm doing all of Main Street by myself, and he comes down. I'm like, here, make a video of this, and he does a video. I go 2 turns, and then I couldn't get the toe side to come back around. I just was like, I wrecked so hard. I was like, yep, I'm done with that. It hurts when you.
No, you can't give up on it. It does hurt though.
Yeah.
That's also why I don't throw. Is in undergrad, my freshman year, I shattered like my bone right here. I split it in half. Like my whole arm was in half.
Nah.
And yeah, I know.
No. Oh,
I have
terrible.
metal plates and all the screws and all the hardware in my arm. It's awesome. Whenever I die, I hope someone keeps them. But it for sure, like, everyone was like, she'll never snowboard again. And I was like, yeah, no, I love it way too much.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
A little more cautious.
Yeah, it's you know, one thing I realize is that when I'm skiing, I know where I'm going. I've been skiing for so long. You know, I don't really fall and I don't get wet. I don't get cold. But when I was snowboarding, I'm like my hands were wet because I had to keep getting up off the lift as I kept falling off the lift. You know. And I was like, all right, I got to stop. I'm gonna hurt myself, so I just ski.
I'm over it.
Last year was the first time in my life, I hate to say it, that my knees hurt after I skied. I was like, what? What is
No.
no? As I thought, no. But my buddy is a ski instructor. He said, well, you could stop skiing like a 9-year-old. I'm like, no, that's freaking fun. You know? What are you talking about?
No, that's how I want to ski.
Yeah, don't be ridiculous. You know, we're hitting
That's
jumps.
literally, yeah.
I said, why are you hitting jumps? You're 50. I said, because
I feel that though.
It's more fun in the air.
Because it's still fun. It might as well.
I don't know how your ski conditions are out there, but it's scary on the East Coast because back when I was a kid, I would just send it, you know. And now it's like when the ground gets hard, you're not landing in powder, you know.
Yeah, no.
You go.
Not anymore. Minnesota weather can be pretty good. These last few years have been trash, but
Yeah.
it comes and goes. That's how weather works. But hopefully we get a bunch of snow this year. Last year wasn't horrible. We went on a few really awesome ski trips, and then when we went down to Ensika, we hit some places in Utah,
Oh, nice.
and that was a lot of fun. So
Yeah, that's deep powder out
yeah,
there.
I mean, oh, it's super deep. It was so much fun. They had just like gotten a snowstorm where we went, and it was
Nice.
really enjoyable.
But it's
I love
soft,
some deep powder.
right? It's like like powder out here.
Yeah,
It's a leg burner.
feels good.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes in Minnesota we call it like ice skating because it's just like a freaking ice rink when you go down because it's so icy.
Yeah.
I hate that condition. That's not my fave.
I know a lot of guys that say East Coast skiers are better skiers because they know how to use their edges. But it's just different skiing, really.
I was gonna say, same with like in Minnesota, like it's just different. Like you just learn to ski when there's not a lot of snow, or you just like choose to go because you love going. Like it's not about like having all the powder and like having big powder days, but it's just enjoying the sport at this point.
Yeah, honestly, well nowadays, I love the workout. Like if I go at 9 o'clock in the morning and do 15 runs by 11, you know, that's a hell of a day for me.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like I always feel so good in winter because of ski season. I'm always like, yeah, I'm getting my good workouts because if you go up and down at least like 15 to 20 times, you're feeling good after. You're like, yeah, I just did a nice workout, full body.
Yeah, whole body, and then you sit in a lodge, have a cup of coffee, and you feel like you did something. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, pretty much. I don't drink coffee, so you wouldn't get me doing that, but
Really?
I know.
You're a saint.
No. I don't know if I'm a saint or if I'm just like a crazy person.
My buddy just quit.
I don't do caffeine.
He quit last year.
Unless it's like
My buddy quit last year. He says, you have no idea how good I feel. I go, enjoy yourself.
Oh. it's like a total like different mindset. I stopped drinking it after I got out of college, and I don't know. I have like no interest in ever drinking it again, or
Really?
like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just not like a big coffee fan anymore, but I do like a good matcha, so
Okay.
I will drink a lot of matchas.
You know,
But
I should slow down. Like, I drink too much of it. I drink till I crash, which that's the problem. Yeah.
see, I would be all jittery. Coffee like just does not work well with me.
I do get jittery. Actually, have you ever had a Celsius? One of those Celsius drinks?
Oh,
Dude,
I used to until my partner told me that they're gross and not good for me and all of this bad stuff about them. But they used to be my like road trip when I was driving places
yeah.
for like long distance. I would like down like two of those, and I'd be like so jittery. Did not feel safe or anything,
No, they're
but
dangerous. I'm not a fan.
they worked. They kept me up.
Oh yeah, I had one at the golf course last year because I had a long day after a tournament and had been there for 12 hours, and I was like, I drank one and 20 minutes later I said, "Oh my God, those things really work." I was like, jumping out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, let's go back to some pottery chat. Let's see. Hot
Yes.
stars. You're doing the Dirt Folk pop up again in Detroit, right? Are you Dirt Folk?
Yeah, I created Dirt Folk with Sarah Anderson and Lakin Bowman. Well,
Yeah.
Lakin's now Lakin Bowman Kale because she just got married.
Oh,
But
very cool.
um, we all created it last year. Last year was like our first year out in Salt Lake City, and so Detroit will be our second year. But I'm pretty much doing all the planning by myself because they're both kind of like doing life things,
Yeah.
and so I was like, oh, I'll take care of it this year. But Dirtfolk's pretty cool because it's not only just a pop up, but it's also a like exhibit show where we're like exhibiting pieces that are like themed after something.
Uh huh.
So it's like both of those put together. So
Super cool.
it's a little more fun, in my opinion. But
I think Lakin is on my list of people to reach out to this winter to have her on the show. She makes awesome shit.
I love Lakin's work.
Yeah.
Lakin is awesome, just like as a human. But yeah, her work is so her, which is so funny. Like when you like meet Lakin and everything, you're just like, yeah, your work makes so much sense. Why it's this, and like I don't know, it's just very her. So I hope you do have her.
So
She's
yeah,
awesome.
tell her, say, hey, gotta be on the show. Mike's a lot of fun. So who did I talk to about that? It's interesting to me how people's personality comes out through their pots. Have you noticed that?
Oh yeah, uh, yeah, I would agree with that. I think there's sometimes I like see someone's pot and I'm like, I would never connect to. But
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like most people are like just like their work, and like when I like see their work or I buy their work and then I meet them later, I'm always just like intrigued on how the similarities kind of like feel energy wise
Yeah.
because I don't know, functionality like using a mug or a cup or something is all just like connecting with the energy that like someone's putting into the piece. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, but half the time I'm like I don't feel like maybe like my little energy that I give off connects to my work, but I don't think I like scream super colorful happy girl
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes, but maybe I don't know.
Or maybe that's what you want to put out there. Who knows? No. I see it a lot though.
Yeah, I mean it's just like my inner thoughts at the end of the day and like everything I'm feeling and stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I guess my pottery is me at the end of the day and is like mimics who I am as a human.
Um,
I see it.
so I was looking at your page here today too, and as I sit here and mess with a couple of different types of underglazes, you know, I like pretty much all underglazes. I think there's certain colors that I like more in different ones. Like I like Speedball's white better than Amico's white. You know,
Oh yeah, Speedball's white is superior in my opinion
For
to
real, right?
anyone's white.
Yes, not just me.
Anyone's white.
Tell me more about Kiwi.
No, yeah, it's just like it's a good white, and it's just like I don't know. Yeah, I really enjoy using their white over Amico's. Amico's white was really thick, in my opinion.
Yep.
Whereas Speedball's is like a little more runnier, but still really good coverage. Love their coverage.
Yes. So
Yeah, I feel like
I like to use it as
I
a
don't hate
base.
on anyone's underglazes. I've used everyone's. I'm pretty sure by now. I do have like you said, I have like top favorites, and like I have certain brands that I would choose over other brands when it comes to certain colors. So
Like,
yeah.
yes.
Have you used the new Kiwi brand?
Yeah, no, that's what I was just asking about. I want to hear more about that.
Yeah, I love Kiwi. I have Kiwi sitting next to me. They come in these really awesome little bottles.
Yeah.
And they're really thick, to be honest. Their colors are really good. Their colors stay put. They don't change up. Honestly, I used to be the biggest fan, I have it sitting here, of Amico's Coral Velvet Underglaze.
Uh-huh.
But Kiwi's got this Coral Orange that is a lot better in my opinion. I don't know, coverage wise, and I feel like I've had so many problems with other brands, especially Amico. No hate on Amico because they're awesome, and I feel like I'm hating on them. But Amico's underglazes can bubble up a lot of the time when I fire them, and it like ruins a whole piece then, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And like it just randomly happens. There's like no rhyme to reason why it's happening. So like that kind of sucks, and I haven't ran into that with like Speedball or Kiwi or even Mako. So I think that's like my one big complaint. But yeah, Kiwi is awesome. They're out in New Zealand, but they have some suppliers here in the US. They have awesome coverage. They fire all the way up to cone 10, which I think is superior and makes me really want to like get into like a soda firing or like a wood firing using theirs, because then it would still come out with color. So I feel like there's a lot of brands that don't reach like 10 when it comes to like pinks or even purples sometimes.
Okay. Yeah.
Or reds.
Yeah.
So no, I think everyone should give them a test drive.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably order some of those.
Yeah, do you like? Yeah, you should try them out. But do you like more of like a liquidier like underglaze, or do you like a thicker underglaze?
I definitely
when it comes to like coverage.
I definitely like thicker, because I like to mix them and kind of make my own colors. Like I don't like the color to be just green. I want it to be an off green, or. So I like to mess with.
No, I totally get that. Yeah, and I feel like I mix every underglaze with each other. Like I mix Speedball with Kiwi all the time because like Speedball's white is superior, so I'm gonna use it with the other colors. And I have yet to like come into any problems with that, but I love mixing and making my own colors.
I like to use the Speedball white as kind of a base, and then I can use some Amico with it. I think it mixes better, but anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. No, I sent a bunch of requests for people to be sponsors of the show out. I was on the show. I had is it Becca Otis and Ryan Durbin? They have the Wheel Talk podcast. You know them? I had them on the show, and she had all these sponsors, and I was like, I would just do it for you could just send me a case of underglaze. I'll do it.
That's what I do. I have a few sponsors also, and I'm always like, just send me materials because it costs me to pay for your materials anyways, and they're already part of my like palette, so send them my way. And they're normally like pretty keen on doing that. Like, I don't need to get paid. Like, just take away an expense for me.
Well, she said that too. She's like, no, you really should get paid, especially if the show gets bigger. So I was like, oh well, I guess we'll find out. But
well, yeah, and I agree with that. There like comes to a point that if you're like overly promoting someone, how much materials can you really give me? So you should maybe get some type of reimbursement when it comes to like money.
Sure. Speaking of which, do you have a Heysula bag yet? One of these?
I do. I just got my second one.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I have Cosmo and Wanda colors. I have a green and a pink one. I honestly just even my lighting's so bad because the sun's going down. But yeah, this is my old one and this is my new one.
Yeah, I got this one because it's kind of
just did promo for that.
It matches the blue that I
love use. The blue. The blue is so nice. That's my
you know
next one will be that blue, that powder blue.
You can't see it, but I started drawing flowers on it. I'm going to paint it like the duck I just did with Tony. I'm going to paint flowers on it.
Fun, yeah.
But it's really...
Yeah,
It's great because I taught a workshop down in North Carolina, and I brought I had a golf shoe bag with tools in it. I was like, this is silly.
That's goofy. I used to carry around a briefcase before they sent me some of those bags, and
that's awesome.
I miss my briefcase, but I still have it. It's full of stickers. It's like one of my favorite things. But I love my Sula bag. I think that the Sula bag is such a great bag for like anything.
Yeah, it's
awesome brand.
It's perfect. I got to do a demo this weekend for Flower City, so I can bring some tools up in that. Pretty excited about that. Tell me more about ClayCon West. How cool was that?
Oh, that was so much fun. So I just randomly applied one night. They're taking applications for mini presenters, as they called them. And I sent my application in and got in. And I drove down to St. George, I think it is, St. George, Utah, which from Minnesota, it's I don't know, it was a 16, 17-hour drive. It was very long. But, yeah, it was pretty insane, though. I had never, presented in a conference way. I've done workshops and I've done, small classes with people, but I've never, sat at a table where there was a whole crowd of people.
Yeah.
And they were watching a camera.
Yeah, that's fun.
And so that was pretty crazy. And yeah, it was a lot of fun and it was quite an experience. I would totally do it again. I honestly think that I've always wanted to do a present at NCECA.
Yeah.
But I felt like the conference was really big and that was a lot of people and I have social anxiety. So you have to make baby steps. And so ClayCon felt like a baby step of me seeing if I felt like I could do it. And it was a total learning thing. But it was so much fun and so different from things that I've done. It's something that I'll always promote and be people should sign up for this and do this because it was such a good experience for me.
Yeah. I've wanted to do NCECA for a while. Actually, when I was I forget which one, the one in Cleveland, I was watching one of the people up on stage and a friend of mine came over and dude, you need to be doing that. You should be up there doing a hand building demo. I said, I would love to. So they're and I knew the guy doing it, and he said, just apply. So I went to look at the application. It's a lot of work. I was like, oh my.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've ever applied for NCECA yet, but the application compared to ClayCon West application is very different. I don't know if ClayCon changed it from when I applied. I assume they did. But, yeah I don't know. For sure, if you're interested, you should for sure apply to it and try it out.
Yeah.
It's fun, and the people out in Utah in that St. George area, they all come from all over the place also, though. It's not just, people from Utah. They're a good crowd, and they're eager to learn.
Cool.
And, yeah, I made really good sales. They have, a place for the presenters to sell their work, and it's there's a trade-off. You pay them a certain percentage and everything.
Yeah. But
no, it's a really good experience. The people who run it, Joe and his wife and his kids, they're really awesome. And you just know that it was created with good intentions and about teaching people and not trying to make profit and like
Yeah.
people learning. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I love.
It was also my first.
Go ahead.
It was my first conference, like clay conference, that wasn't in Sika also. Like, I always knew there was a whole bunch of smaller conferences all around. I just never really looked into them until this one, and now I'm like, oh, I want to go like to all of these conferences and try them out.
I love teaching workshops. I taught 2 years ago, I think it was, at Aramont, which is, I don't know if you've been to Aramont. It's just awesome.
I have yet to go. I've always wanted.
It's so
Always
great.
wanted.
It's just, I mean, it's, to me, it's just wonderful because all you have to think about, like, there's food, there's room, there's board. All you do is go to the studio, eat, and go to bed, which is like, it's all I want to do. Right?
I love that. That sounds like so much fun also. That sounds like a like ceramic heaven vacation.
Exactly. Exactly what it is. I'm teaching there again next winter, I think. I have 3 more
That's
this
super
year.
exciting.
Just booked one for March down in Virginia because it's just fun for me to hang out and just like we're doing right here. It just is like I get to make pots with people. Like that's just fun.
I know, I love teaching workshops, which is always so goofy to hear come out of my mouth. But there's something about just like connecting with people and like just having that experience of teaching them that your technique, like something that you've taken so much time to love and like create,
Yeah.
and like someone else to be excited to learn that from you. Oh, I love that.
Well, and also the people that sign up and pay to come to those are really there because they want to be there. They want to learn. They're interested.
Yeah, they want to learn from you.
Yeah. It's like, sure, let's do it. I love demoing. The one I did in Seek, I did a demo every day. So like every morning I would do a quick hand building demo, and then we would, have open time to make, and then we would go to lunch, and I would do another hand building demo, and we would just make until 5 o'clock. It was great.
That's so much fun.
Yeah, a great day. All right, what else we got? Well, I love. So your Instagram page is really, really well put together. You do a lot of photos and stuff, which I keep trying. Like I got to do more like photo collages, and I'm like, I got to take so many pictures for that. So I'm impressed with how you do it.
I don't ever know what Instagram wants from me anymore, so I'm like, I'm just gonna do a little bit of everything. So I feel like I try to use like, yeah, photos and like do a lot of the words on photos, so like maybe that'll grab people's attention or reels or anything. But yeah, I love a good like curated feed.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Your page looks really well put together. Mine is so random.
Thank you.
And you also, I love how you take the time to paint your boxes. That's just so cool.
Thanks.
What a great touch
that
that
came
is.
from like COVID time, and there are like regrets in me when I'm like painting 50 boxes. You're gonna have to like add in a
Yeah.
it's like a whole spot and be like, due to losing recordings, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I gotta do something like ridiculous, like
Something funny.
Yeah, like some little frowns for a second. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just
Later.
let me just explain this to the people. If you're watching the video, Lily, her Wi-Fi went out. She got cut off. We started again, and we just started chatting.
Yep.
And one of us may or may not have hit record.
It was me. No.
It was totally me. So we chatted for another 10 minutes, and anyway, we're gonna re-record Lily's great tip because it was a very good tip. So tell us that again, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay. My tip to you all is to stay authentically you, and honestly, just don't conform to everyone that's around you, and just keep doing you.
Yeah.
Don't be anyone else. Just be
Yeah.
yourself. That's it. That's something I've learned.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, especially when it comes to art. It seems to be like a theme on the show. If you've seen a couple more of the episodes, it's always like people like try. It's kind of like if you're snowboarding like me, you try, it sucks, you stop, right?
Yep.
Keep going, you're going to get better.
Yeah,
Right?
and don't
So,
compare yourself to other people. The way
no.
that they're growing does not mean that you're not going to grow that way. And it's like something that I've fallen into watching like friends grow faster than I do, or they get certain brand deals that I'm like, I wish I was getting that, or I wish like people were seeing me. You are being seen. I promise you, you're being
Hmm.
seen. Like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the people who really like authentic you and who you are in this world, they're there and they're watching.
Yep.
So
Yep.
just keep
Just do your
going.
thing. Be yourself.
Nope,
It'll happen for you.
it
But
will.
I'm really glad it's happening for you, Lily. Oh wait, you got to tell us where your show stuff is again because we
Oh
missed.
yeah, where can you find me? You
Yes.
can find me on lilylund.net. That's my website. I will be having a few holiday sales. I'll have my $25 earring sale where all of my earrings that I've been working on will be $25 only. Most of my earrings normally range from $35 to $65, so this is a great deal. And then I have a ornament shop drop and then a holiday shop drop. And then you can find me in Clay A. Carr's upcoming show. I want to say it's like exquisite cups or exquisite something. That
Yeah.
sounds right in my brain, but I'll have some espresso and cappuccino cups in there. And then you can also find my work with Carbondale Clay Center in their holiday invitational. And there's some really awesome pieces that are going out to them. So, yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. And to be honest, I'm not even an earring person, but 25 bucks for your earrings, that's a steal.
It's a great deal. And it's just like earrings are a great like stocking stuffer, easy gift, to give someone. And I don't know, I just want them to be like affordable. And so
Mhm.
like having this little sale is the best way to do that. And it's a good time to grab them. So,
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Lily, you're the best. I'm glad we finished that again.
yeah, round two or three.
We're getting good at this. See, just like you said, just keep going.
Oh yeah, you just never give up. You just like roll with the chaos
Just
and
roll with the chaos, like your
roll with
page says.
it.
Right? Welcome to the chaos.
Yeah, that's literally my like motto is chaos and welcome to it because that's what I am.
Life is supposed to be chaos. You don't
It
have
is. It's
chaos.
supposed to
You're
be
doing something wrong.
enjoyable.
All right, hon. Thank you so much.
Bye
We'll see
bye.
you
Thank you
again.
guys.
Bye. Now I'm gonna
Bye
hit stop the right way.
bye.